What's up? Rick Paulton and Brewster. He's so cool.
No clip, you fucking dick.
It's over there somewhere. I'm gonna hit it late. Let's see. I don't even. Where is it? It disappeared. Did you get rid of it?
Oh,
No,
I cool, Brewster.
I usually have my thumb on it so I could hit it like as soon as I introduce you.
Got your thumb on your brown nut.
Whatever. Jesus Christ. So we got Josh, we got Megan, we got Ziggy. Ziggy, I thought you were watching that movie. Mama Swift in the house. Did I forget somebody? Megan, I don't know if I said Megan, but she's there too. What is up, everybody? So good news right at the top. We'll talk about it. We finally hit 1,300 followers on the Facebook. We are
say it on the Facebook.
On the Facebook. On the YouTube, which is working. It is working. We only have 200 and something followers. So guys, if you're following on Facebook, go follow on YouTube because we need to hit 1,000 followers on YouTube. Swift in the house. What's up, brother? We need to hit 1,000 followers on YouTube to be monetized on YouTube. And speaking of Swift, Horror 365, they're at 9 something on YouTube. So if you guys could go over there and follow them, that would be great.
Hi, Pookie.
Finally, we haven't seen him in a couple weeks. Our producer extraordinaire.
He's been busy kicking ass and chewing bubble gum.
So in honor of our 1,300, we are going to be doing a giveaway next week where we're going to have some guys on doing trivia. We're having some guys doing trivia, and they are going to come on and try to win our signed Tom Morga NECA figure certified by either Beckett or JSN or some sort. It's 100% legit. It's all
said NECA figure. I thought you were going to say necrophiliac. I'm like, I don't want a part of this contest.
No necrophilia. If you're into that thing, I'm not judging. What the hell is this shit?
I'm judging. It's disgusting.
Oh man, my kid's texting me nonsense. I'm busy here, sir. Not with the text.
Is he locked out of the house again?
Yeah, no, this is the grown one that has a job and a career and stuff, and is not a disappointment to his family. With the other grown.
Oh, we know who the favorite is now, Rick.
Right now, it is. It changes from time to time. It changes sometimes for sure. The area, yeah. Ziggy, what did you think of the movie? He went to see the movie we're going to go see later. Obsession, yeah. Oh, thanks. Swift talking about my dope ass hat. It is a dope ass hat. But nevertheless. Megan, that's what silent mode is for. Yeah, but sometimes I get important shit comes through and I gotta hear it. And plus when I get text, it makes the Texas Chainsaw noise. So that's always cool, right?
It's not distracting at all, Rick.
Right. So did I say about the trivia? We're gonna have
yes,
Bob is one of the guys. Josh is one of the guys. We're gonna try to have at least 4 and as many as it'll allow us to have. And it's gonna be Friday the 13th trivia. He said it's a strange one. That movie, Obsession, is directed by, speaking of Texas Chainsaw, the guy that's doing the new Texas Chainsaw. So I'm really excited about that to see what he's got to offer. So yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be it'll be Friday 13th trivia mostly, and whoever wins will get the thing, and then I'll mail out the thing, and life will be good. But tonight
we're skipping Saw 3 next week.
No, I don't know what we're doing. We might do Saw 3 as well, but we're gonna do trivia.
Hey, Trauma fan Chrissy's in the house.
Siri, whole 20 minutes about me doing the trivia.
I fade in and out.
Yeah, Jesus.
There's our girl Trey. Yeah, she's been on here. What's up, Chrissy?
What is up, Chrissy? Oh, for sure. Anytime, man. Just let me know. Let me know. I will be there on the Horror 365. They just had a crazy ass event where they did the Jason Lives reunion, and they had the event at the house where the Hell House LLC.
Yeah.
So that's where they had the event, and then they had a bunch of cast members from that, and then they had Tom Matthews, Tom McLaughlin, the director. CJ Graham was there, and I know he was ripping people because that's what that dude does. He's the best. And Carrie Noonan, who played Paula, all in the house, and they recreated the graveyard on the grounds of the Hell House LLC.
Mm-hmm.
CJ dressed as he did the whole gimmick, and they had cool photo ops and shit. It was pretty awesome. I wasn't there, but I seen pictures, and it looked really cool. I wish I could have been there. But again,
What's up?
Tiff, what's up, Tiff? So tonight we are here to talk about Unseen. So you got it over there.
Right.
Unseen, available now on Tubi. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. If you have watched it, throw in some questions for Steve. Steve's been a guest on the show before. He's the director of Sawyer Massacre, which is fan film Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's really, really good. So check that out too if you haven't. That's on YouTube. But
The YouTube.
Go ahead and bring Steve on now. Boop. How's it going, Steve?
Just wonderful. How you guys doing?
Fantastic.
What's up,
Awesome.
buddy?
Just all over the place, man. Right on. So let's see. What does it say? Oh, that place is so cool. The best found footage. Yeah, dude, it's awesome. And they work with those guys a lot. So follow their page, Horror 365, and I'm sure they're going to do other events from that place because that's not the first event they ever did there. Right on. So how are you doing tonight, man? You're all the way in Vancouver, British Columbia, yes?
British Columbia, not quite Vancouver,
I
but
thought it's the same place. I thought it was Vancouver, British Columbia.
yeah. I mean,
British Columbia is the place. Vancouver is the city. So you are in a different city.
I'm in a different city. Vancouver is about 4 hours.
What do they call
where I live.
They don't call them states up there. They call them provinces.
Provinces. That is correct.
Right on. The vendor said it rocked. Look at that. Look at that awesome icon that Ziggy has. That's
Leslie Vernon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Leslie Vernon. It's a work in progress. It's not done. It's from Angelo Mariano, who did a couple of the paintings I have on my walls that you can't see right now because they're over there. But the guy's a freaking amazing artist. All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Steve, for the people that don't know who you are. I'm sorry.
Apparently, Rick doesn't know who you are either.
Well, Ziggy was kind of leave me the fuck alone, right?
All good. Well, I'm from Kelowna, British Columbia, not
Kelowna,
Vancouver,
all right.
which is, I think it's the second biggest city in British Columbia. I think. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I'm from Kelowna. I've been doing films for just over 10 years, I think. Yeah, a little over 10, maybe 11, 12 years, something like that. Just an indie guy, just kind of fell into it, actually. And, 2022, I made the Sawyer Massacre, which, kind of was blowing up all over YouTube until it got flagged. So that was kind of a bummer, but, it was blowing up. It definitely probably would have hit 1 million views for sure. It got just over 100,000 views before it got flagged. And I think it's got about 160,000 still.
160. I thought it said 6. I thought it was 610 when I was on there earlier. But
Wait! I got to interject here. How did it get flagged?
yes.
Oh, somebody complained about violence and stuff like that.
But dude, for a while there, a Serbian film was on YouTube. I don't think your movie was worse than that.
It's on YouTube. I mean, it's still on there, but you have to be logged into 18 plus. I don't know what the deal is with the Serbian film. But,
all right, so it's still up there. Though,
it's up there. It's just the views go way down once it gets like for 18 plus content.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
Most people don't sign into YouTube; they just go on YouTube.
Yeah. Exactly.
So if you're not signed in, you can't see the 18 and over. That happened in one of our videos.
That happens.
Is that the one where you were belly dancing, Rick?
Absolutely, yeah. No, it was a while ago. We did the greatest kills in Friday the 13th, and I actually had videos of the kills that I stole from the. Actually, I don't know how to. I didn't know how to screen record, so I took my phone to my TV and recorded them, and then played them like that because I don't know the technology. But right on. So Unseen, you were working on that for a while. Is this based on the short film of the same name?
It is actually. I mean, I did this short film 10 years ago.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, so it was a short film I did that I never feel like I was able to get the full vision across for it. So I just I decided to expand the screenplay and really go in depth and a lot of character development. It was really meant to be a real big character study sort of thing. So, but the short film was good for what it was, but it just wasn't really able to fully capture what I wanted to say in that short 12-minute short movie. So yeah, just always kind of had that in the back burner. Put it aside when I did the Sawyer Massacre, but came back to it. I really said I need to come back to this movie and get it made, and I'm really happy that I was able to get it made. You know, it's indie filmmaking, so it's still very low budget, but I'm pretty pleased with it overall.
Yeah, it's tough getting things made for sure.
It is. Oh yeah.
I was trying to find that short film and couldn't. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this thing off now because now it's annoying me. All right, but I was trying to find the short film. I seen the regular feature length film, but I wanted to see kind of where it came from, and I couldn't find it. Is it not on your channel?
I've got it on set to private right now on YouTube. So I probably will unprivatize it so you can see where it came, where you can see everything that's in the feature pretty much is in the short.
Really? In 12 minutes?
I mean, sorry, other way around. Everything that's in the short is in the feature. I'm like all backwards here.
All messed up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I meant to say. It's all everything that you see in the short film is in the feature. A couple little minor tweaks, I would say, but it's there anyways. And so I mean, I don't think you're going to see much new from watching the short. The acting isn't as good, you know, the cinematography probably not as good. We did it all kind of black and white. I mean, we didn't shoot it in black and white, but it was color graded to black and white. I think that was mostly because we had lighting issues. So I think the black and white sort of helped that. Yeah, so I mean, I'll probably post it repost it back on YouTube. I think the trailer might. We had a trailer for it.
Okay,
on YouTube. That might still be there.
Point here. There is a lot of movies named Unseen, but if you put Unseen and then 2026, it should come up. If you look underneath Steve, you'll see a picture of it. And Steve actually says Steve Merlo's Unseen. But I think the way I looked it up was I put Unseen in 2026, and you should be able to find it like that. But there's the poster will come up and you'll see it.
It's a super common name. In fact, before we started raising the funds to make it even, I was like posting all over social media, should we change the name? And we had a few different suggestions that, you know, we could have changed it to. But the people everybody commenting said, keep it unseen. And I was like, okay. I'm like, it doesn't matter to you that there's this Blumhouse film called Unseen, and there's this other film called The Unseen, and there's this other, you know, there's so many. There's like literally at least a couple dozen films that are either called Unseen or The Unseen.
But after seeing this film, I think that was a good choice to not change the name, because the name really fits with the movie, because you're seeing everything from the POV of this guy that you don't see for the whole movie. So I mean,
he's very unseen. He's a little bit more seen in the short.
Yeah,
actually, I will say, and I played him in the short, and I wish I never had. I cringe every time I see that. You never see my face, but you see my long hair all over and I'm wearing all these black clothes and stuff like that. I don't know. I think it was the movie that made me say I shouldn't be an actor. So.
Right on.
But in the feature, I'm also playing the Unseen Man to a degree, because we had about 12 different crew members, including myself, play the hands.
As I said, the hands.
Yeah, I was his hands for several scenes, and you know, the sound guy and the cinematographer and a lot of the camera operators. We all kind of put our hands in at some point. Even some of the cast members. The guy that plays Brady, his hands are actually choking the blonde girl in the at the front door. So that's actually the actor that played Brady. That's his hands there. He actually, I think I probably did the hands more than him, but he did them quite a bit too.
Right on.
Yeah.
Bruiser, you got something?
Oh, I mean, I kind of want to go towards the middle of the movie. This might be a little like kind of a weird question, but the stalker aspect in there, like, did that come over like where did you get that inspire you? Because there's a reason I'm asking for that.
Well, I mean, as far as films go, the biggest influence, I would say, to this film was the original Black Christmas from
Okay.
1974. That's that that POV kind of aspect of it. Um, the characters are completely different. Although our character in our film is inspired by our character from Black Christmas. I won't say who, but it's not the killer from Black Christmas, but yeah, film wise, it was that, and then a lot of his characteristics, I think, were inspired by different things I've maybe experienced in my time. I'm sure we've all been dumped.
Yeah.
I went through a breakup that was really bad at one point. It put me in a deep depression, and it was the kind of thing that put some depth to this character, even though I mean he's probably the most fleshed out character without really being fleshed out, if that makes any sense, because he's got a lot to him. He's got a huge backstory that goes all the way back to when he was like 3 years old, but not a lot of people catch these things because they are so abstract, I guess you would say. But yeah, he's definitely the most complex character in the film. And I just drew a lot of that from different inspirations in my life. Even there was a deep cut from an Everclear album that was inspiration for the character as well. So I mean, it's a lot of things just went into that specific character.
Do you think that did you write this around the time you went through that breakup?
No, it was long after, but it was just something I always remember, like, what was the most terrible thing I went through kind of thing. And, just kind of drew from that. And, there's aspects also that I took from movies like Falling Down, Michael Douglas. Again, it's all subtle, so you probably don't pick up on a lot of these things, but they're there. If you know where to look, you'll find them. But so that's another movie that drew a little bit of influence. Halloween was also a bit of an influence. There's the shot of the blonde girl walking home, and we're POV from behind. That shot was definitely a Halloween, a Halloween-esque type shot. That I saw the hedges that we had in that on that street. I'm like, this is going to look like Halloween if we shoot it this way. And sure enough, several people have commented and said, yeah, that does feel like Halloween.
Right on.
Well, the reason I asked, like, I don't want to try to get too personal, but Rick will tell you, I do a YouTube series on mental health and people who've used horror to cope. So when you mentioned the breakup in the movie and stuff like that, it's like I kept wonder if it was maybe some issues still buried back in there that you felt a need to get an outlet to get that stuff out through this.
I mean, it is. I mean, I still, I'm married and happy now, and I have 2 kids. This was, geez, how old am I now? I'm 45. This was damn near 20 years ago. 18 years ago. I was 27 when I went through that breakup, and I did kind of based the Amy character on the girl that broke my heart, and and just kind of went through those emotions, because I think sometimes timing is not good. And I think that kind of reflects in this movie that, he kind of got dumped in the worst possible way, and he's already having the worst day of his life. And it just, that's why he, ultimately things happen the way they do. Again, try not to give away too much.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
No. But I think it's cool that you use that as an outlet is a healthy outlet to get that out. I thought that was cool.
I think it is healthy to get that kind of stuff up, because it's a real thing that people go through, and it's not good to just ignore those things, So yeah.
I just use obnoxious humor and make people worry about my health.
There you go. That works too, right?
No, I do that. Like, that's the basis of my mental health series, is how people in the horror community have used horror as an outlet to cope with past things or whatever. So I think that's fucking awesome that you took that and put it into your art form and used it for a positive thing,
Oh, thanks. Well, yeah, it's I don't know if I intended it when I first started writing the script, but it's something that definitely came to light more when I was getting into the character, I guess you would say.
Yeah. Your turn, Rick, or I'll keep talking.
I got a couple things I was doing.
I don't know. I feel like if I keep going my therapist route on him, he's going to set me on fire or something like that. He's going to send that POV killer at my house, and I'm not going to get a good night's sleep or some shit.
So, Megan asked, what made you decide to go with the POV route for this killer? Was that always just it had to be that way, you know?
When I first wrote the short, again, it was a 10-page short. The idea right off the bat in my head was this whole film was going to be all done in POV.
Mm-hmm.
And part of me wishes I could have done that. You know, there's a big part of me that wishes that it was all first person and like all done in one shot. You know, that would have been amazing if I could have done that. But logistically, it was with the kind of budget that I work with, it was just not going to happen. So yeah, it was there from the get-go, and I was thinking about, you know, Black Christmas was the movie I was thinking about right from the very beginning. You know, it's one of my all-time favorite films, period. It's my second favorite horror film, just after Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Because you're Canadian and you just have to.
That's true. I'm very Canadian, and so is that movie. So, you know, hey, I appreciate Canadian films, and I think, you know what, I think Canada's got some great films that you know, get overlooked sometimes.
Tell me you know about Strange Brew then.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Who does?
Hey, you never know, dude. I dated a girl for 3 years in Cleveland who had never seen The Christmas Story.
That's
really? Okay.
Well, that's why she's
the same
guy. The Black Christmas and The Christmas Story.
Yes,
I've heard theories that they're connected.
Oh, they could be, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I could see it. I could definitely see it. But yeah. Anyways. Yeah.
So you got a friend of the show, Brett Wagner, involved with this. He did a little thing in the movie. How was that, working with the Leatherface?
Oh, it was great. Brett's a great guy. You know, he was one of the first, I think he actually was the first person to get wind of me wanting to do this film. And he sent me a message saying, Steve, I want to be a part of your film.
Oh, cool.
And, you know, as soon as I got that message, you know, I said to myself, he's going to be great for this voiceover. I don't know if we would have him on screen at all, but I mean, I even started thinking, boy, how could we get him actually in the movie, sort of thing, like physically in the movie. We got his picture in there, but that's about it, unfortunately. But yeah, he has applied that voiceover. His voice was perfect for that role. So yeah, I was really happy to get him. His career is
doing voiceover work, so
hey, there's nothing wrong with voiceover work. I'll tell you that much.
He's been what was it, the spokesman for some lawnmower company for like 30 years or some shit.
Oh wow, there you go. I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah. He's done a lot of voiceover stuff. I always wonder because, you know, I don't know if you're a fan of wrestling, but Brett used to train to be a professional wrestler, and when he was training, John Cena was just coming up, so John Cena was working with him. And John Cena does so much voiceover stuff now. Like, you can't turn on the TV without hearing him do a car commercial or something. And I always wonder if that's because Brett told him about that. You know, maybe
I'd be surprised. You know.
Yeah. So but yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's awesome. He might pop in. He pops in from time to time here.
Oh, that's cool.
He's been on a few times. Really, really good dude. He's like my favorite. Yeah. My favorite guy on the convention circuit, just because he's so cool at fans, and like he's just a great guy. I love Brett Wagner.
Definitely love the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome dude.
Right. Bruce, ask a question.
So what got you, like, well, it's kind of like a two-parter. Like, what got you into horror? You know, and like what made you want to kind of go where you're going at? You know,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, more than anything. That was, you know, the first thing I always kind of thought about was doing a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. And that was after the remake came out, which Brett Wagner was a part of. You know, I think when I started thinking about getting into filmmaking way back in 2003. And, you know, it didn't do anything for a while. I was already doing well as a live musician and stuff like that. So didn't really think too heavily on it, but you know, it was always kind of there. I thought, it'd be kind of fun to do that, and I kind of just dabbled with short stories in my 20s and stuff like that. and then put them aside. And then I bought a music school and ran a music school for a number of years in my late 20s and early 30s. Then I met my wife, and then I told her I had all these. I showed her my favorite horror films first. I showed her Black Christmas and Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Halloween, and told her, hey, yeah, I have this Texas Chainsaw Massacre idea that I've always wanted to do, and she was like, just go for it. And so that's how I knew she was the right one. She tells me to go make horror films and really start pursuing it. And I haven't looked back. It's kind of I was in my mid 30s, I think, at that point, and or close to, anyways. And I wouldn't have thought that I would have gotten to films at that point in my life, but I did. And never went to film school or anything like that, but always kind of researched as much as I could online. Mm-hmm. Took the Werner Herzog master class. I always respected him as a filmmaker, so I thought that was a pretty cool one to do. I know a lot of people said I should have taken the Martin Scorsese one, but I've never been a huge Scorsese guy, so I know that's blasphemic, isn't it? Taxi Driver.
Done.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never gotten too into it. I love Taxi Driver and some of his older stuff, but after that, I don't know. I can't. I have a hard time getting into Scorsese stuff. So I took the Werner Herzog one.
I've over the years developed less of an attention span. So if a movie is over 2 hours, I don't usually watch it. And God knows everything Scorsese's ever done.
Oh yeah,
close to 3 hours. Like his when I watched The Irishman, I had to watch it in like 5 parts. When 20 years ago I would have watched it in one sitting. I can't do that anymore. I don't know. We're just living an age where you got like little 5-minute videos everywhere. So you get 2-3 hours for a movie. Your movie, Unseen, hour and 30 minutes, I think it was, which is the perfect length for a movie. They don't make your movie any longer than that.
Hour 36. Rick is pissed.
I always think it depends on the movie. Like Unseen's kind of a slow burn. Yeah, I feel like if it was any longer than an hour and a half, then it probably would have dragged for a lot of people, and it probably does drag for people even at an hour and 30 minutes. So I think it just depends on the film. I think sometimes there's enough story to convey a full 3 hours, 3.5 hours, like the 10 Commandments or Godfather or whatever, right? Those movies have a big story, that have, it needs that length to really convey what they're getting across. But I don't know. I don't find that with Scorsese stuff. I find that his movies probably should be 2 hours or less, and that's why they drag on for me. I don't feel like The Wolf of Wall Street should have been as long as it was for me. And I don't know. I don't feel like Silence. Oh, man, that movie dragged, man. I couldn't get through that. I did get through it, but I had a hard time. But you know what? I respect Scorsese for, the movies he makes. And he is brilliant at crafting shots and all that kind of stuff. It's just, I don't know. I have a hard time with his stuff. I know it's blasphemic, but
who is your favorite director then? Scorsese, we're not a fan of him. Who are you a big fan of?
Spielberg.
That's a good one. That is definitely a good one. And he worked with Tobe Hooper for Poltergeist.
He did, yeah.
A lot of people think he really directed that movie, but everybody I've talked to says that that's not true. So
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I wasn't there either.
But I'm sure that he was helping direct to a point. Probably, I don't know.
He had a lot of input, that's for sure.
Yeah, just like George Lucas was probably helping Richard Marquand direct the greatest Star Wars movie of all time. In my opinion, of course, because I know everybody's going to say Empire is the greatest, but you can't even see it on my. I've got it moved positions, but I have a Return of the Jedi poster on my wall.
Earlier today, I was looked up Sawyer Massacre to send him the link, and right underneath of it, the Death Crew Society guys, your interview you did with them was underneath it, and I watched it for a little bit, and it has it in the background. I was
there you go.
On my phone, I'm like, is that a Star Wars poster back there? All right. Cool. All right.
Yeah. I love Empire too, but sorry, Return of the Jedi gets my vote as the greatest Star Wars movie. I know it's getting off topic now, but
we're all over the place.
Here, I'll just say it because I know it's coming up eventually. Zombie Donks.
That's a whole bit. It's part of the 20. Did you see 28 years later?
I haven't seen it's been. In fact, I've only seen the first one.
Yeah,
and that was
the
a
two
long
new
time
ones that
ago.
came out in the last year or two.
Okay.
There's a zombie running around ass naked with like a 12-inch dong. Just
dude, he's got Thor's hammer on his crotch.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No,
Wow.
so it became a whole bit on the show, and like every show somebody has to say zombie dong, so that's why he's doing
we'll knock it out of the way. So
There you go.
before we go off topic, I got another 20-minute rant about zombie dogs. Steve, will we ever see any of your short stories you wrote when you were younger? I mean, will those ever come to light of day or anything?
I mean, technically, the Sawyer Massacre came from one of those. So
yeah.
There's one I did. I remember I did one that was Mafia. I don't know if I can find it. A lot of these stories that I can't find anymore. But yeah, the Mafia one was kind of a mix of The Godfather and Dick Tracy. Believe it or not. Yeah, it was kind of interesting. But again, where is that story? Who knows? It's these it's on paper, right? I didn't have computer back then, so they're probably up in my attic somewhere collecting dust. But so it's always possible. I mean, I have the ideas in my head. I can always just kind of go back to them, but I didn't back then. I didn't write a ton of horror though. It was more stuff like that, and I wrote a lot of fantasy, Star Warsy, Lord of the Rings type stuff as well. So I mean, will I ever do films like that? I'd love to, but that'll cost a lot more money than it is making.
The problem with those types of films is they cost a lot of money.
They do, and there's just no way around it. I mean, you can get away with certain things for cheap, but if you really want to go full on fantasy, it's man, to do that without a budget would be tough. Would be super tough. Yeah. I know some people have done it though. I mean, I've seen some people do like Legend of Zelda fan films and stuff like that. And
I'd like to see some of those if they're good.
They look good.
I love Legend of Zelda.
I remember there being some bad acting going on, but whether they're that well directed and stuff like that, but they have, they were shot on decent cameras and they have cool special effects, and special effects aren't cheap to do, even if you're doing VFX, but I've never done anything with VFX. I've always done practical. So yeah,
practical is the way to go for sure. It has so much more soul to it than CGI. I'm not a big fan of the CGI at all.
Unseen has hardly any effects at all, though. So my wife did some of it, though. We'll say that.
Family thing. And you did the score for it, huh? Because you're a musician as well, right?
That is correct.
I think the score was one of the highlights of that film.
Really? Okay.
I really like the chaotic piano keys, like some places, and it really helped tell the story of this guy's insanity. At least I thought so anyway.
I really wanted. I used the score to really create kind of a delusional world for this guy. When we're in his world, you get this certain sort of kind of a fogginess in the score. Kind of makes you feel like you're underwater. I was really trying to get that kind of atmosphere. Yeah,
definitely came across. Let's see. Okay, cool. Charles Sherrod, the Dive Podcast is after this on the Rumble app. I think he's on Facebook too. I watched them on YouTube a couple weeks ago, so it's on there too sometimes. But check him out after this. He's got a 58 Plymouth Christine. He's got a Christine. His is blue.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, I wish I could get one of those.
Well, I saw a comment earlier I got to throw up there because the fuck is it? Here we go. We got to give the fans what they asked for.
Yes, but not now.
Chrissy, I'll text you the YouTube link where we go on 20 minutes for zombie dogs after I get done here.
Oh my god. Oh man.
Well, Rick, a little side note. Chrissy knows Mike and Vito.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So when she was watching that and seeing Vito yell at Mike, that was like just her regular regular day in the office for her.
Right. Okay. So did this movie get a theatrical release at all or no?
No. And I don't think that'll happen at all, as far as I know. But you never know. It's going to be in a few festivals at least, so that's kind of cool. Hoping to get into some more, but I think with a movie like this, it's very. I think I always say abstract is the best word. Maybe you guys can come up with a better word than that. I think
describes this movie perfectly. I mean,
yeah, I know. I just can't think of a better word than that. It's just there's so much that people don't realize about this movie. I think it's just one of those movies that is going to be misunderstood by a lot of people. And that's okay. I wanted it to be kind of abstract, and I wanted there to be a fair amount of ambiguity, especially at the ending. Wanted that ending to really feel ambiguous, where the audience has to make up their own mind what happened to this guy and what happened to Crystal and that sort of thing. So
I was hoping I thought I missed something there. I felt kind of bad about it. I'm glad it was meant to be ambiguous.
Well, there is stuff I'm sure you missed. There's some elements that are really ambiguous, and then there's other things that are a little bit ambiguous, but they lean towards something. And then there's stuff that you probably just missed because it's very, very easy to miss, like the identity of the killer. It's revealed. So I'm sure neither of you can tell me the name of the killer, but it's there. It's there.
Yeah, I watched it again to see that.
Yeah,
I like how there was a couple red herrings. That was cool. Like you thought, and you really set those up very well, where it was like super obvious that it was like certain people, and I don't want to do too much because it'll ruin it. But
Brady, you're talking about Brady, right? Right after that date, and he's
even before that, there was a lot of it's this guy. This guy's just a creeper and he's crazy, and then he's not.
Oh yeah.
Well, Mike says try to get a play at a Cedar Lee Theater. He's not in Cleveland though. He's in. So, but I mean, did you ever do that though? Like a smaller theater, like in just like a local thing, try to get something.
I did a local thing here, not a big theater. It was just it was just a small theater in town that I did a local screening with people that worked on the film, actors and crew members and location owners and stuff like that. So it was pretty small. Maybe 20 people came to that. And
still to see it on like a bigger screen.
It was cool to see it on a big screen. It was good to know that it worked well on a big screen. So, again, it wasn't like a standard, AMC theater or anything like that, but it was, on the big screen. So, I enjoyed it. I hope I can get it on more. I'm sure it's going to be on more when it's in these festivals, like the Illinois Horror Film Festival that is going to be in October, I believe. I'm hoping I can go to that one, but again, with the way the world is these days, I just don't know if I should be going to the U.S. I don't know. You guys tell me. Should I go to the Illinois Horror Fest? I would like to go. I would love to go, but but I don't know if I see my social media blow up with so much political stuff that it's hard for me to know.
That shit's above my pay grade.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think.
Hey, look, a question for Steve. What do you know?
I think people. Yeah, I was gonna get to that. See, get rid of
it. Talk politics. Come on.
Shut the fuck up. I was just saying with horror, people from both sides of the aisle don't seem to like. It doesn't seem to be a thing. Like Charles Sherrod, he's very right wing. I'm not. We get along great. That's what it is.
And it's. I don't think it's so much that it's just me just even crossing into the States I worry about, I don't know.
You guys have issues right now with this. Here you go. So question for Steve, what's your favorite horror movie, which you already said?
Texas Chainsaw,
Texas Chainsaw. But you brought up Texas Chainsaw, you brought up Black Christmas, and you brought up another horror.
Halloween. Those would be my top three.
All from the 70s.
I'm a 70s guy. The only 80s horror film. The only 80s horror film that I know 80s seems to be the most popular decade for horror, but the only 80s horror film that really got me was Child's Play.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I know that's kind of a different choice for people. It's none of the Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. The first one I always really liked. The second one even I kind of like too, but beyond that, the horror comedy thing was never my shtick.
Yeah.
And I know that really kind of became a thing in the 80s. And, so, I mean,
You know what?
I enjoy them, but,
I always thought I was an 80s horror guy, and I do love 80s horror. But then I started going back, especially after doing this podcast, and we're watching a lot of stuff from the 70s. And I think that the 70s has way better movies than the 80s.
not as much gore or anything like that. I mean, if you're a gore hound, then that's the decade that really started that.
Right.
I mean, you didn't really get that in the 70s, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, you did though with a lot of Italian films.
That's true. Yeah, the Italian ones. Yeah,
79. With Zombie and with Dawn of the Dead.
True.
Was it 78 with Dawn of the Dead? True. And Halloween. Well, Halloween didn't have any gore. But I mean, just like I think they're better movies in the 70s. There's more of them in the 80s, but there's better movies in the 70s.
Oh, 70s horror was creepy as fuck, man. You go back and watch Suspiria.
Oh yeah,
that's a good
or Demons. Well, I think Demons was late 70s, right? Or is that early 80s?
I have to look it up.
I don't know for sure, but I know Suspiria is definitely 70s, 77 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And the colors in that movie were just amazing. So some of these Italian guys were just insane with
Paisanos.
Yeah.
I'm half Italian, so maybe that's where I get it from. Who knows?
There you go.
Hey, I got Chrissy's here again for you, Steve.
What is she? We do a lot of indie shit on Rhode Island. Hit me up. Okay.
Sure. Well, friend me on Facebook. I'll make that that work.
We get something done on
Facebook. I'll send you right now, actually, Steve, if you want to.
Yeah, for sure.
I post offensive shit, though, just FYI.
First zombie movie you saw was in black and white. Is it Night of the Living Dead?
Night of the Living Dead?
Zombie
movie?
No, Mike was saying the first zombie movie he ever saw was pretty gory, and it was in black and white. I was wondering if it was Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, yeah, probably. I can't remember how gory the original was. I remember the was it 1990, the remake? That one was pretty gory.
They just come out with a 4K where they added some more stuff to it, and it's nice. I don't know if you got a chance to see it yet. The new 4K is awesome. It takes a lot of stuff that Tom really wanted to do with the movie but couldn't do for whatever reason. Like he wanted to start the movie in black and white. So on the new one, it does. Okay. It starts in black and white.
Oh, okay,
cool. And so there's more gore, a lot of more gore effects in it, and it's sweet. Yeah,
awesome.
It's definitely worth whatever they charge for it. It's a $50 probably. But it's definitely worth it. All these new 4K special editions, and I buy all of them because all the special features, all the commentaries. Speaking of which, is this going to come out on Blu-ray, DVD, or anything like that?
Yes, we just completed the Blu-ray, and I've ordered the first test Blu-ray. So hopefully I'll get that sometime within the next couple weeks or so. Because again, I'm in Canada; these are coming from the U.S. So it's going to take a little bit due to all the stuff going on. But yeah, once I get that and I test it out, make sure it works okay, then I'll start shipping out all the Blu-rays and DVDs and all that kind of stuff. Because I want to get those out to the people that ordered them from our Indiegogo. And whether Bayview Entertainment is going to be doing a Blu-ray or DVD release, I don't know for sure. I hope so. If not, you can order them through me. I can.
I'll definitely be doing that. I definitely want to get one for sure.
No worries.
Did you ever, speaking of Texas Chainsaw and just shipping shit to Canada, did you ever get a chance to read that script I sent you from Adam Marcus?
Oh it's definitely better than what showed up on screen. I'll say that much.
He screwed him over so hard with that. They really did. He wanted the movie to take place right after the first movie, and then all of a sudden they're putting iPhones in the movie. You know what I mean? Like,
I get you. You know what? It's Hollywood for you, though.
Now, I never read the script, but he told me of an idea he had, and I don't know if it's in this version of the script, where he was like gonna mix like Scarface with Texas Chainsaw. Was that in there?
I can kind of see. I'll have to go back and I do recall something that kind of reminded me of that, though.
Did they had like a drug cartel and stuff? Is that in the script you read?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
or
Yeah.
it was referenced in some sort of way. I have to go back and reread it. It was because I think it was like 2 years ago that I got it. So it's been a while.
3, I think it's been a while.
Maybe even 3. Yeah, it could be because
we've been doing this for a little over 3 years, and you were one of our first guests we ever had.
Was I one of the first? Okay, there you go. Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
we did like a whole month of Texas Chainsaw stuff, and it was all just coincidence. We had you on, and then we had John Dugan and Alan Danziger on right after that. And then
I've met both of them. Well, I met John Dugan on this kind of, well, not a show, but through like FaceTime or whatever. Because I don't know if I told you that John Dugan had did the voice of Grandpa for our concept trailer. So yeah, so because for the Sawyer Massacre, that is. So when we did our initial concept trailer, I had a chat with John about doing that voice for Grandpa, and yeah, he was nice enough to do it. It's the first time John Dugan's ever played Grandpa in with his voice, played the voice of Grandpa. So that was kind of cool. It's unfortunate we couldn't get him in the actual movie.
I seen that video. It said the voice of Grandpa, and it had a picture of him when I was scrolling through your YouTube earlier, but I didn't click on it. I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, John's awesome. He's been on the show a few times, and we had him on most recently because of the Ed Gein show that came out.
Oh, okay, yeah, he was part of that in some way, right? I haven't seen it yet.
They reenacted the making of the movie.
Yeah.
Chainsaw. So we had Richard, the guy that played Richard Seidel, or the guy that played the cook.
Yeah.
In that, he played in that. His name's Richard something. I can't remember it. But he came on, and as a surprise, I reached out to a couple Texas Chainsaw guests. I knew John would come on, and he did. Yeah. And he was like, "Oh my God, Grandpa, from the actual movie." He comes on, and John's insane, man. He's like, this guy that played in the Ed Gein documentary there, the Ed Gein show. He's so reserved and such a nice guy. And like, I don't think he swears. He's one of those guys. And then John comes on, and he's like, "Motherfuck this," and nah. John's just insane.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Like the guy's face was like, "Oh my God," like.
Oh yeah,
it was fun. But that alarm is because I have to go to a movie in 20 minutes.
Oh boy, so
I have to wrap this up a little early today, and I have to get out of here. But hey, dude, Steve, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on to check us to talk with us tonight. Everybody in the comments, if you haven't yet, go watch the movie on Tubi. Let us know what you thought of it. I know Megan watched it because I was rating your movie on Letterboxd today. And I see that she had rated it on there, so
awesome.
So she gave it a pretty good score. So I'm pretty sure she liked it.
That's great, and we need more people giving reviews on the film too. If you guys get ratings are great, but if anybody can give reviews,
I will go back and I will leave it an actual review later.
Positive or negative, I'll take them all because you know what. At the end of the day, it's a movie made for 30,000 Canadian or 30,000 American, we'll say. So it's not exactly Gone with the Wind or The Big Lebowski. So I don't know why I mentioned that, but anyways,
there you go. Megan said it was a great movie. She really liked it. So
that's great. That's good to know. But yeah, open to all criticism. That's for sure because
they say all
no movie's perfect.
That's right.
I'm interested to know what people were able to figure out because I've heard some interesting theories about the movie, about different themes in the movie and stuff like that. So it's always kind of cool.
I thought I was figuring out stuff, and then I wasn't.
yeah, we pulled the rug out from underneath your feet, and you thought, but things aren't given away. You just got to know where to look. It's one of those types of movies you got to play detective.
Right on. Well. Whenever you're working on something else, let us know. We'll talk to you about that. But I really got here. So I want to thank everybody for showing up in the comments and commenting and all that good stuff. Thank you for taking the time to come on to talk to us. Brewster.
And on that note, we cue the music.
Oh, shit. There goes the neighborhood.
There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood.